Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Sorry it's been like a week or so since my last video. I have something on order that's coming from France and I was hoping to be able to do a reveal of that, but it looks like it's not going to be here until next week, so I thought I would fill the time with another review of one of my Chanel bags. This one is kind of a rare one. And I'll get into that in a minute. And then I'm also gonna round out the video with some tips on some stores where you might be able to find Chanel products that aren't what you're used to. So I'm talking about stores that are not department stores, and I'll kind of share my experience buying this particular bag at a store called Jeffrey in New York City. So anyway, without further ado, my last video was too long, so I know I gotta like hustle on these. I am doing a little reveal slash review of this is the Chanel Tender Touch, I believe is what it's called. This bag came out in 2014. I went on a like death rampage to try to find one. I'd seen it revealed on the Purse Forum, which is a great resource for anybody looking to buy handbags, and thereafter tried to find this bag for me and for another member of the Purse Forum, and finally located it at the only store that I actually ultimately think did carry it, which was the Jeffrey in New York City. So the product code for this bag that I'll put down below is 14S. A is an apple, 94049, Y 07509, and so that means it was part of the spring collection of 2014. So it's about 2 or so years old. The price of this bag was a clean $4,000, and we'll get into the tips later, but there are little tips that I was going to share, but there was no tax that I had to pay on this bag. As far as the measurements are concerned, which I know everybody always loves, the width of the bag across is 11 inches. The height of the bag is about 6 3/4. And then the structure of the bag being extremely unique, for lack of a better word, I'm going to say that it's about 4 to 5 inches in depth. Although, unlike, the classics, this is a lot spongier of a bag. It's a little like mashy, kind of flowing into that. The material of this bag is calfskin, so I know it probably looks a lot like lamb, and it's certainly not caviar, which is that pebbled leather, but this is a calfskin bag. My experience with calfskin is that it tends to be a little bit more durable than the lambskin, and sure enough, this bag is in awesome condition after 2.5 years of using it. It's easily one of the most favorite bags in my collection. I love the color, so that's why I went on my spiraling rampage to try to find it back in 2014. I don't know if I've ever worked so hard to find something in my life, and I was so happy when I finally got it. Anyway, the hardware is silver, so bag is green, calfskin, hardware is silver. You see on the top there are 4 holes that the chains pass through. The chains are a lot thinner than those on a classic flap. I haven't noticed any issue with durability, but they're a lot skinnier. They're probably about half the width, half the size of the normal chains. But anyway, fully extended, has a little leather shoulder strap at the top. So fully extended, these chains measure approximately 14 and a half inches tall, and with both put together, I had them pegged at a measurement of about 8.5 inches. So this bag is shorter than a classic flap. It's not really designed to be worn crossbody. I can do it, but it's not that comfortable, so it's definitely more of a shoulder bag. And I know Chanel bags are typically, the classics at least, are very heavy. This bag is not heavy. I didn't weigh it before doing this video, but even totally filled, these straps don't really give me a hard time, so they don't really hurt or anything like that. Obviously, as I said before, the durability of this bag has been fantastic. My biggest concern when I bought it was that this would fall apart somehow. So you see, like, these are sewn together like this is sewn together, and I was really worried that ultimately that would fall apart, and it never has. Which is great. So I'll do a really quick like review of what's inside it. The only reason I'm doing a what's inside my bag deviation is because in order to show you the structure of this bag, I kind of have to take everything out of it because it's a mashy bag. So anyway, in this front pocket, and all of this is going to look like stuff you've seen before, I have my giant black wallet. If you take a look at the video I did on the Chanel So Black, the chevron, I believe I do a review of this wallet in that video. I have in this front part blotting papers. As I've expressed, it's been an exceptionally humid summer in Chicago, so that's been critical. I have my little makeup bag. I don't think I have any like specifically fun lipsticks in here today, so I won't do that. And then I have the mirror that I have pulled out of every single bag so far. It's probably the most prevalent thing in my handbags. So now this thing is empty. It's even smashier than it was before. And I'll show you kind of what it looks like. Hopefully this will work out well. So when you open the flap, it's green calfskin on the inside. And actually, the interior is like a satin, which is very unlike most Chanel bags. You can see there's a pocket, like right where my hand is, like a little flappy pocket, and then there's a zip pocket here in the back. Very similar to the structure of like a Chanel flat bag. So this has the kind of classic turn lock design. Turn it, buckle it, good to go. Then on the back, there is no pocket, but this is a pocket here. So, open that. There are no extra pockets within this pocket. It's just more of that same green satin. And then, one of the things that I've always liked functionality-wise, oh now it's getting dusty, is that this here on the top is also a pocket. So I have my iPhone 6 Plus and it fits in there. So something I love about this is that you can walk around with it and have your phone like jammed here in this middle part, and you don't run the risk of having it stolen, because sometimes in the like this phone will fit into a 6 or will fit into a jumbo. It'll also fit into the back pocket of a maxi, but it sticks out, so it's a little bit risky. So anyway, this is my very brief review of the Chanel Tender Touch, and now for some tips for you. So when this bag came out, as I said, I had seen it on the Purse Forum. There had been some indication that Saks had ordered it, although I was never able to confirm that. And I probably would have bought it from Saks because I'm a Saks card holder. And in one of my previous videos, I had said, you know, if you open a Saks card, you get 10% off your first purchase. So something like this would have been great. But I ultimately did find it at the Jeffrey in New York. And I'll put the phone number below for the Jeffrey. There is, to the best of my knowledge, just one location for the Jeffrey, and they carry Chanel products. And the thing that was wonderful about buying from the Jeffrey is that because I live in Chicago and I ordered the bag from New York, and there's only this one store in New York City, I didn't pay tax. So I think shipping was free because it was an expensive bag, and then ultimately I didn't pay tax on the bag. So coming from the Jeffrey, the bag was $4,000 even. There are 2 other stores that I am familiar with that do sell Chanel that are out of the state of Illinois. So I haven't really done this, although I should. It's not a bad idea to buy a bag from a store that's out of the state you're in, because then you don't have to pay the sales tax for the bag coming into your state if the store is not located there. So one of the other stores that's wonderful is the Webster. I believe they're, and I'm going to put their phone number for their Miami store right here down below. So I believe the flagship for the Webster is in Miami. And they also carry handbags and accessories. And the Webster, to the best of my knowledge, has 4 additional stores. On their website, it looks like they've got one in South Beach, one in Ball Harbor, one in Costa Mesa, and their last store is in Houston. So, if you're in Illinois or if you're not in a state in which the Webster is present, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and look for your bags at one of those stores before, pulling the trigger and buying from a department store, because, I've got Neiman's, Chanel, Saks, Nordstrom, Barney's, everything here in the city. So if I order something from one of those stores, even if it's out of state, I'm going to pay tax because of the presence of that store inside of my own state. And then the third store that I'm sure that some of you guys have heard from before is Hershey Furs. I will put the spelling of that and the phone number down below. They are also located in New York. I believe they're in a suburb, and they're another awesome resource. I know that with Hershey Furs, the way that it works is you call, and I do believe you have to put a deposit down on a handbag. I think if you're anticipating something for an upcoming season, I want to say that you pay half out the gate and then the other half when the bag arrives. And if for whatever reason you change your mind, you do get store credit. But I think there are some people that haven't been real excited about the buying policies, and they may have changed. I've never purchased anything from Hershey Furs. I've also never purchased anything from the Webster, but those are just kind of other options that are available for you if you're not able to find your bag at one of the usual suspect stores like Saks, Nordstrom, actual Chanel boutique, Neiman Marcus, that type of thing. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little review of the Chanel Tender Touch. It's certainly one of my most favorite bags, and definitely the one that I probably work the hardest to find. To the best of my knowledge, I think the Jeffrey, when I bought it, and the one friend of mine from the Purse Forum got the other one, I think they only had two, and I've certainly never seen it out and about, and I do get a lot of questions about it because it's just like such a crazy, like neon, perfect, not neon, but like just a very, very bright, like spring green color. It's absolutely beautiful. But anyway, well, thanks for stopping by. That's my video for the day. Get ready for a interesting reveal next week. I'm going to be revealing a bag purchased from a company that I've never purchased from before, and it's unique. It's nothing that I had heard of until about 6 months ago. So brace yourself. That'll be coming. Have a great day.